I was only a specialist when I was discharged. I wasn't in the Army that long. And yes, they do put specialists in charge of 12 teams. That was the highest rank I ever reached. And it is the best rank in the entire military, other than the Chiefs. There is a reason why it's called Sham Shield. You can always find something better to do than be doing details. That was really easy for me because I had to manage 12 teams. Hey, Thone, can you clean out the bathroom? No, I've got to do all this paperwork. Oh, we'll get someone else. That was huge authority for freaking Spec 4. What was I had a sergeant, not a sergeant major, but a master sergeant underneath me. Not to mention 2 chiefs and a lieutenant. And my job was to manage them all. Not to mention the number of NCOs. Freaking 75% of the people I was in charge of outranked me. No, I never did. I wasn't really into South Park at the time, so... What I had was this was hilarious. What I had was this rubber suction cup ball. It was this ball surrounded by suction cups. And if I needed someone in the office, I'd take this ball, throw it at their desk, onto their monitor, it would stick. And they'd come back to me with the ball. And go, what the hell do you need? And that's how I got people's attention. It didn't work with the people in the one corner, because I couldn't see their screen, so it didn't work. I couldn't do that to the Chiefs. Yeah, you get weird chains of command like that in military intelligence. Oh, you go to boot... Oh, for the U.S. Marine Corps. I am so sorry for you. That is something I say to every Marine when they say that they're a Marine. I always say, I'm sorry for you. Day shift got entertaining. If I was working late and day shift came up, what would happen is we always had this one guy on day shift. He'd walk in and I'm sitting there working. He'd grab my chair and drag me across the office, because we all had wheeled chairs, and drag me across the office to his desk and then tell me to go home. Freaking kick-ass bunch of people. Absolutely rocking bunch of people I worked with. Sergeant Major that we had died a couple years ago. It's a pity. Oh, that's a good place to be combat support. You don't have to be on the front line, which is why I joined military intelligence. My job, if I got shot at, was to run the hell away. I wasn't expected to shoot back. It was just, if you get shot at, run away. Run the other direction. That's what QRF is for. And then one day they called us up for QRF, and it's like, oh crap. I am so running out of people. Oh my, this is finished. So what we're going to do, get another forester, get another hunter, get a couple more hunters, and that's all we can do at the moment. One of my instructors is a Marine. That was fun. Why is the deer running through the lake? You should... Normally, there's actually a British service member that joins me. He is a former service member. You've only considered being a radio operator. Oh god, that reminds me of another fun story. During one of the last drills I had, because Bus 1000 just mentioned he's only thought about being a radio operator. In one of the last drills I had, they assigned me to train the unit on the radio in the Humvee. Now, nothing in my MOS deals with communications. I had seen a radio twice in the entire time I was in the Army that I actually had to work with. One, I did a radio check that was so screwed up that command didn't know who did the radio check, which was hilarious. The entire command for the people running the radio at the VBC didn't have a clue who the heck just did radio check, which was perfectly fine with me. I'm no longer in the Army, so good luck. But yeah, they trained me on how to. They told me to train everybody how to work the radio. And so all I had was a manual and 5 minutes to prepare and how to train everyone on this radio. Oh my god, that was terrible. And I had to drag that out for half an hour. So basically I showed where all the dials are, what the dials did, how to take the radio out of the Humvee, and then had people read from the instruction manual. It's right up there with the day I went to... I drilled with an ammunitions unit, because it was close to my house, and they had me PMCS a HEMIT. It's like, yep. What do you want me to check? It's got 8 tires. They're looking at me, it's like, what have you driven? A Humvee. I could PMCS a Humvee all day. I've never seen one of these things. Don't even ask me to drive it. Yeah, when you're doing military intelligence stuff, you get very specific in what you're doing. You won't do anything else. I did learn how to drive those new light troop transport things. I never had to drive them again. Thank God. They're terrible. You know what? I might stop this at 5:30. Because then I have plenty of half-hour clips for this to upload over the course of the week, and then we switch over to Minecraft. And I'll broadcast Minecraft for a couple of hours. That was the most fun thing I did in the Army. Hurt myself in basic training. Hurt myself again during an ATX. Frickin' did I get myself hurt a lot. Caught the swine flu in Iraq. That was fun. Yeah. If your hobby is amateur radio, might as well do radios in the Army. I never was an amateur radio. Never was an opportunity, so... We had an IBM PC Junior in my house, and that's what spawned this. I still have that IBM PC Junior. And last I checked, it still worked. We are now on year 18. Reserve of food is ungodly low. So what can we do about this? There's not all that much I can do about it, other than assign more people to do that work. Well, this doesn't pay yet, so... But I enjoy it, so I do it anyway. But yeah, no, we didn't have shortwave radios in my house. We had an IBM PC Junior. So I started playing video games. And I also did a lot of things with building popsicle sticks. Popsicle stick homes buildings outside. We didn't have Cub Scouts. I used to be in Cub Scouts. I did that for a couple years, and then our Scoutmaster killed himself. Yeah, kinda harsh, isn't it? Our scoutmaster killed himself when I was in the Cub Scouts. And where I am, there's nothing here. If I was like everybody else in this area, what I'd be doing right now, because it's the weekend, is going out and drinking all weekend. Because that is all anyone here does. And I just don't want to do that. Or they're doing crack or cocaine or heroin. That's another thing that's popular out here. I do mobile home inspections for extra money, and I go out there. Whenever I get inspections in certain areas, I just expect to find a meth lab. I solved that problem when I fixed the front door of the place I inspected over the weekend. Which really thrilled my client. We peaked at 10 viewers. Hooray! And then it dropped away. Well, we're still going times 10. Reserves of food are low. I just got so many... I've only got so many people. There's not much I can do. I can take a couple... I can take a forester off. Make another gatherer. Cleric is staying. So yes, join us every Saturday for rather odd conversations. How many stories can I tell? I'm not sure how many stories I have. Come on, people! Start scoodly pooping! We need kids. Yeah, we do. Because we're next to the highway into Canada. Right about 5 miles to my west is the fiber optic trunk line between New York City and Montreal. So, so we've got really good internet here. Yeah, sometime when Jester's on, he'll talk about what this place is like. I remember driving him up from New Jersey. We're driving through north of New York City, and he's complaining because he's asking like when all the trees gonna end, because we're just driving for 6 hours and all we saw were trees. Nothing but trees. And a deer that had blown up because it got hit by a truck, but that was like the only thing that was not a tree. And then we hit Albany, and it's just, there's nothing but trees, trees, trees. You hit the crest of this ridge, bam, city down below. And you just couldn't see it. It just snuck up on you. It was hilarious. He's just like, what the hell? My God. How do you grow in this? Yeah. Oh, this is year 19 now. You can see it's right there, and I've got 2 people I want to talk to because Bus says, "Lucky, I live close to a city, and there's fiber optic that goes to the airport and other cities, but they won't let us have it. It's retarded. I told them I'd pay for it, and they said no." Actually, I don't know what to say to that, so that was kind of dumb. But yeah, my guess is that, well, your phone company should be tied into that, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Yeah, I waited for houses for a very long time, and I'm actually stuck with a low population now because of that, because I waited too long to make houses. Yeah. In year 8, you shouldn't have population around 50 unless you're really good and haven't starved to death. I made this, and everyone lived in there for 10 years. Well, not quite 10. It was more like 7. And then they all got old and died. Granted, no. Yeah, that's great. I can't trade with you because I have no one to trade. Well, we can get someone to trade now. And then food reserve is low. What do we need to do? What do I have to trade? I don't have much. I have coats. So we're going to send 50 coats. You don't want to be too sure. Well, I made the climate on this one harsh, specifically to make it harder. And this certainly is not Dwarf Fortress difficulty. And so I couldn't really just leave my people outside, because they'd all freeze to death. Reserve of logs are low. There's a surprise. Now I'm just gonna... Oh, that's a lot of firewood. You can stop working. You two can come off. Local Blue Mountain owns the fiber that goes from the Comcast building. Oh. No, DSL isn't bad. Frank, we don't have the fastest internet speeds in the world anymore. And that's mostly because of the way all the places here handle their internet and everything. It's kind of convolutedly stupid. Get you there. We need another... make another hunter. Yeah, I set this to the hardest difficulty possible, with the intention of not surviving the 3.5 hours I've survived so far. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to survive this long. Oh, there's no iron. I can't make tools. There's no iron. Yeah, you can do that at least. I can actually turn my own stream on, turn a YouTube video on, play a game, and not have any bandwidth issues. So I play online games, so I made sure I had a really good internet. And the fact that I can do all this is a bonus. It's a pretty nice bonus, too. Oh, that's not bad. That does suck, but it's not bad. If you want better, where you are, you're probably going to have to get a commercial service. Where I am, because the main trunk line was just put in within the past decade, I am getting 10 up, 20 down. Even though it's not always fast. I have bandwidth, but it's not always fast. And that's the advertised speed. I'm supposed to be getting something like that. You know what's funny? Everybody I know in Europe gets faster than I do. Compared to them, this is crap. 20 up and 10 down. 10 up and 20 down is a joke compared to Europe. Reserve of firewood is low. That's not my freaking fault. Yes, it is, because I told woodcutters to stop making firewood. That is entirely my fault. Now it's spring, so you guys have made it through. My God, if you don't... You need people to reproduce, and if you don't have people to reproduce, this game really slows down. Well, when you talk to your broadcaster, Europe does have nice laws. when it comes to this, the communication stuff. They do it correctly. You can go to Google Speed Test. You're never going to get your actual speed on the Google Speed Test, which is not the fault of Google Speed Test. It's just, you're not going to get what they advertise. Normally my upload is only like 5. And my download is normally like 15. Because it's a bigger number. Kilobytes a second's a much bigger number. I've got 50 coats there. Let's bring this up to 100 coats. How many tools do we have? Only 25. Come on, can we get some nomads? That would be great. Just get a load of nomads in. 4 more minutes and we switch to Minecraft. I'm going to play the city more, though, because it's been very successful. Considering I went into here with the intention of dying sometime today, and it hasn't happened. Oh, come on. Hilbert? Can you change the H to a D and have Dilbert? 49 down. That's better than me. And 8 up is better than what I get on average, really. We measured them in bytes. You should measure them in bits. That'll make it seem like it's a lot better. Oh no, we don't have a priest anymore. He's died. Oh crap. Ding dong, the priest is dead. We gotta keep a priest in. Now we're struggling on the food department again. That's concerning. We have 2 people who are 80 years old. Our cleric is 10! We have a kid for a cleric! He hasn't even hit... Or she, I'm not sure which way the symbol goes. They haven't even hit puberty yet, and they're the cleric. Yes, that's sad. Worked in military intelligence. I don't know which way the sex symbol goes. Let's see. We've been here 20 years now. Here's our population. We have 10 kids. No wonder why our food's like gone way down. We've got 10 kids. Population, adults, students, children. Citizens. Oh, we didn't really have... We've been pretty good on clothing. Happiness has been good. Health got way down there for a while. Education is gone. Okay, so our cleric is now 11 years old and has not hit puberty. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. If it's up, it's happy. Okay, there we go. This isn't something I was concerned with in military intelligence. The oxymoron part of the military. Alt codes? Who's died now? Died of old age. Napoleon's dead! No! And on that note, it is now 5:30. We're switching to Minecraft. Good lord, this city's been successful. Save. Did I want to save in that slot? Yeah, okay, we're saved. Great. Exit. And the stream's going to go black for a second. I'm sorry, everybody. take that off, go back to scene 1, switch to that. There we go, you now have screen region. What I should do is actually pause